Okay, so I talked a little bit about getting rid of shampoo and conditioner a little while ago, and a couple of you have actually tried it and are liking it, so that's cool. I'm loving it, but since writing that post, I've come up with a few ways of making it easier, and now it's working even better than it was when I wrote that post. So I just wanted to do a little update. First of all, there's been three things that have sort of been a result of getting rid of shampoo and conditioner. One, I was expecting, saving money on shampoo and conditioner. I mean, that I expected, and obviously baking soda and apple cider vinegar is really cheap compared to high quality beauty products. So that is great. But two things that I wasn't expecting, which is I didn't expect to have it be so convenient. I only have to wash my hair like every 5 days, and I mean, it's just one of those things where I used to have to wash my hair every day. Maybe the second day I didn't have to wash it as long as it was going to be up in a ponytail. But now I can leave my hair down for 5 days in a row and no problems. It's like the best shape ever. And in fact, on the fourth day of not having washed my hair, it's still better than on like the evening of a day where I wash my hair in the morning with shampoo and conditioner. So it's so great, saving time, not having to wash your hair and blow dry it and flat iron it every day. I mean, if you really think about that, I literally go to sleep and wake up and it looks just as good. So it just really retains, doesn't go limp, like it retains volume. So that's been awesome. And the other thing that I was really not expecting was not having split ends. I noticed on my phone that I was supposed to have a haircut, like schedule a hair appointment like 2 months ago, and I didn't even think to do it because my hair is in great condition. And usually by this point, my split ends are awful, and it's been one of the biggest things keeping me from being able to grow my hair out, is that even when I go for haircuts every like 4 months or 5 months, it's still so bad that I have to cut off so much I never end up getting it to really grow out. So that's been a huge money saver as well. So I just wanted to kind of go through a few things to make it as easy as possible and as clear as possible. So there's a few little tricks I've come up with. One is to have a container in my bathroom with baking soda. It just makes it easier. In that container, I have like a little scooper that was from some kids' Tylenol or something like that. And then I also use a squeeze bottle. There's a couple things you would want that make it really easy. One is a bottle that squeezes, right? And this is for the baking soda. And then one is to have like a neck that is wide enough so that when you take your baking soda out, you can just like scoop it in with the scoop, and it's not messy, or you don't need a funnel or anything like that. Okay, so those are some things. The last thing is I use a spray bottle. I just got it from like the dollar section at Target. And I use a spray bottle with my apple cider vinegar diluted. So those like 3 or 4 little tools, you know, they cost pennies and really helpful. I had them all around the house except for the spray bottle I went and bought. So just to be clear, I use 2 tablespoons roughly of baking soda in this 500 milliliter bottle, and I fill it all the way up with warm water. And I shake it, okay, and then I apply it to all of my roots in the shower, and I try and get it, and I really like rub it in as much as I can. You want to rub it into your roots all over, and then I don't focus too much on the ends of baking soda because it will dry out your ends. But what I do is I sort of let it'll come down and it'll just naturally cleanse the ends, but then at the very end when there's just a little bit left, I'll put my hair up like this. I'll get all of it, sort of the leftovers there, and I'll just, then I'll really like get it rubbed through, you know, like all in the back as well. Okay, and I don't let it sit or anything, I just rinse it right out. Then for the apple cider vinegar, I put about like this much was apple cider vinegar and the rest was water. So I would say like a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar to 2 cups of water, and I just leave this in the shower. It's great. So in this one, I take my Now, for this, whether you're using lemon water or apple cider vinegar, you want to focus this more on the ends because this is going to like lock in some moisture. So here what I do is I grab as much of my hair as I can, just the ends, and I spray it. I'm trying not to get apple cider vinegar in my eye because that would hurt. And then I bring it back around this side and I spray it a few times, and I always crunch it in, you know, and then I'll do a few bursts just around my roots just to get some, lock it in there a bit, some moisture, because again, baking soda can be quite dry, and that's why you only do it every like 4 or 5 days, because you don't need to every day or your hair would be brittle. Okay, and then I kind of rub it all in. Again, I don't rub it into my scalp, but I just rub it sort of through, and I'll run my fingers through the strands to try and get that apple cider vinegar in it. And then I let that sit for like a minute or two, and then I wash it out. And it won't really feel like it's doing anything. It kind of feels like you're just using water on your hair, but it is amazing. Everybody should be doing this. I just don't understand why anybody would pay money to wash their hair, to have crappier hair. I have better hair for less money. And even my husband was so impressed with how good my hair was looking and that he decided to try it. And so he's been doing it for the last, I don't know, a month maybe. And he was really worried at first because, you know, he uses a lot of product to style his hair every day. And you know what? Even with that, he loves it. He said it doesn't leave any of the product in his hair, and it's been great. So he just, on the days where he's not using the regime, he just rinses it with water and gets the product out as much as he can. But it doesn't, because he uses this every 4 days or so, it prevents there from being product buildup, which is what, you know, a lot of men have to deal with when they're using those thick sculpting gels and molds and whatever. They're really kind of, like, seriously? Okay, my husband uses my blow dryer more than I do. But anyways, okay. He doesn't really read my blog, I found out, so he might not even know that I said that. I'm just giving him a hard time. Okay, so that's all I was going to say about that. On a plus, I'll just leave another great like plus side of not having to use shampoo and conditioner. I just went to visit my sister in Arizona for 4 days. No, like 3 days. I didn't have to bring any shampoo or conditioner. I was only going for like 3 or 4 days, so I could just wash my hair before I left. And I didn't even have to wash it while I was there. It was amazing. I just was so low maintenance. It was great. I'm totally becoming a hippie. And then I forgot my toothbrush, and it was too late to go out and get one, and so I just had to brush my teeth with like a rag and some toothpaste. And then I realized, like, this is a little far gone. Like, if I start announcing that I'm not going to be wearing makeup anymore, then somebody come up in here and slap me off my tree-hugging, like, hippie soapbox. Okay, so that's it. If you're trying this, let me know. A lot of you are, and that's really awesome. And I'm curious to hear how it's working for you. And if you are using the lemon, maybe leave a comment to let other people know what you do for your mixture, the ratio of lemon to water, or how you do that, because I don't know. I don't do that. All right, domestically yours.